Hey guys, we've got a special announcement for this episode. If you want to support clean water in East Tennessee, get in a good run, and drink some great beer, then join DJ and I on Friday, October 5th for the Tennessee River Runoff 5K. And as a special discount to our listeners, if you sign up for the run and the Cheers to Clean Water celebration using the code HumbleBeer, that's all one word, HumbleBeer, you'll receive $5 off your registration. All you've got to do is visit our website at humblebeerpodcast.com/riverrunoff to register for the race. We look forward to seeing y'all there.
I'm halfway down in the bottom of a bottle and I ain't gonna change my ways. But I ain't half bad when I do what I ought. It don't happen much these days.
Alrighty, well, hey guys, we're back. This is Chris Hill.
This is DJ Luke.
And with us today is Chris from the Bearden Beer Market. Not just any Chris, but Chris, remind me of your last name.
DiPietro.
DiPietro?
You got it.
Oh,
DiPietro.
I know it's like soulful. Like you
Yeah, I
feel
like
like
it.
you have a little like ethnicity like coming through you when you say it. It's fun.
I love it.
It's fun.
I love it. Well, cool. Well, thank you for being here, and I guess congratulations. You got your new role as the general manager here at the Bearden Beer Market.
We did the passing of the torch in New Orleans when we sent the previous manager Dylan. We had the bachelor party. I think that was the last big hurrah, but that was kind of like the end of his reign.
Oh yeah. At that point, Dylan had senioritis. I mean, it was to the point where he had done so much to help me, to get to this role and to prepare me for it. That at that point, I almost felt guilty asking him any questions about things because when you're on your last go, when you're ready to get out, not that he was ready, but when you're having a bachelor party and moving and things like that, it's one of those things where I didn't want to bother him too much. I kind of wanted to let him just go out and however he wanted to go out.
Yeah.
But from my conversations with him, with Chris, and the beer market's in excellent hands, and I think I'm speaking out of turn here because this place holds more to me than most. But I think it's.
I think you're like an honorary GM.
You literally are the person that Mark has already told me. Everybody has told me. If you need something, DJ's your guy. That's how
I joke is that it's not your grandpa's beer market, but it's for the better. I think this place is growing and this place is moving and changing for good.
Yeah.
And I think we need to promote it. And it's a soft spot in my heart, so I'm going to go on and start let him take care of that.
I mean, honestly, the only thing I can say is thank you. I mean, because of people like you, the people that set the culture here and kind of set the bar and what to expect here. All I can do is hope to come in and learn something and maybe put my own spin on it, make my own mark as far as the beer market culture. This place is here long before me. It'll be here long after me. This is a staple in the beer community. If not, it was not the first, but definitely one of the pioneers in Knoxville as far as spreading craft beer knowledge and creating that culture. I mean, it wasn't, I don't want to say it's the first because there's other people that might argue, but we are definitely one of.
Yeah.
I would say we're the OG craft beer retail spot for sure. And if anybody wants to challenge that, come on in here.
No, I think the others that I can think of have probably gone away, like Leaf and Ale, been long gone now. But
as in package wise, I don't think there's nobody. But I think drink wise, you can say
casual pint.
Union Jacks.
Union Jacks as far as bottles when they did their bottle thing for a long time,
and just buying craft beer by the pint too.
Yeah.
So this place has. It's got the pedigree. It's got the longevity, and I'm talking when he should be talking. So
it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna. If you're gonna sell the place for me, it sounds better coming from you, who's not the GM here, than it does coming from me. So I'm gonna let you do it. I'm not ever complaining.
No, you're fine.
But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say. So tell us a little bit about where you're from and what brought you to Knoxville and the Bearden Beer Market.
So lifelong restaurant employee, beer industry, bartender. That's pretty much where I started. moved here from Clearwater, Florida, where I was a bartender on the beach for a long time, kind of living the pour drinks and go out, spend half your money lifestyle, as most people do in the industry. Craft beer explosion. Let's see. I got into it probably right around 2008, 2009, when places like down in Tampa, Cigar City were starting to get their big name. Lagunitas had just really kind of taken off and kind of like took into storm for the IPA world. And after that, kind of had an opportunity to move up here. Worked for the Side Splitters Comedy Club for a long time as a booker and as a comedian, honestly, and as a bartender. That was previous industry. Previous employment was stand-up comedy. When you go to a place, you get an opener, you get an MC, a feature, and a headliner. I was usually the 20-minute guy.
That's
travel
cool.
around, pay. Yeah. It was fun. It's just hard to when you live in an area like this. It's hard to make a living doing things like that.
Yeah,
there's not so many opportunities. So. Went back to what I was good at, making people feel good with alcohol and being able to talk knowledgeably about that. Always been a craft beer fan. Kind of started working here about 2 years ago, just as a side part-time job with the new ownership group who I'd known. And, fast forward to now, and I've, put myself in position to where they trust me enough, I guess, and, to where we try to carry the beer market, carry the torch on. The only thing that I really, really would like to do here would be to make it inclusive to everybody.
Yeah.
In the sense that, beer market is kind of a hidden secret for a lot of people. We're well known in the craft beer world, but to the general public, it's kind of a hidden gem. And I mean that speaking from experience. I've only been a patron of the beer market for less than 3 years. Huh. And I've been in the craft beer world for a while. I didn't know a lot about it. I mean, I had been here a little bit, but never was immersed in the culture, never was really submerged in you're a part of this. It was just hey, I got a beer and then I left. And then once I really started coming around here more, I realized that it was not just a place you go get a beer. This is a place where you dig your roots down into the ground and you create relationships and you create friendships, and everybody here is part of the one big thing, which is the craft beer community. It's not about selling beer to people, it's about bringing people together through beer. Yeah. And that was something that I'm kind of gravitated towards, man.
Yeah, we were talking earlier with Urban Artifact how craft beer has the craft beer and the craft brewery has become the new pub.
It is
the new pub. The pub culture, and the English pub culture is translated to it's the craft beer culture in the United States.
That's right.
It is.
And I think for me this is probably one of this is kind of the. It doesn't say English pub or Irish pub on the front door here. It says beer market, but this is the closest.
I don't know. They have you as a mascot.
True story. This is the closest thing to an English or Irish pub that you could get to in the United States, and in the community sense.
As far as the personalities and the way they make you feel. No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. I mean, that's really it. That's why. I mean, that's what I think the hidden thing about this place is. It's you can go anywhere and get beer now. You can go to Weigel's and get craft beer. Yeah. But can you go there and can you get the environment? Can you get the experience? Where I'm not just selling you a beer for you to go do. You come here to hang out. You want to talk about beer. You want to learn about beer. You want to be involved in the community and the culture, not just, I'm going back drinking beer to get drunk. You know what I mean? It's definitely more than that. And that's kind of that's what I feel like the coolest thing about this place is. It's not selling beer to people. That's just our in to why people come here. Yeah. That's just the smallest part of it.
Yeah, how does this compare? You've traveled around. You've been in California and Florida and a little bit all over. How does this compare, community-wise, with? And I'm not saying either better or worse, but how does this compare with, say, California when you were out there, and Florida and some other locations?
Well, really, this is it's really cool because this is one of its kind in this area. This is one of the few places in the area where you can go get craft beer and still have an outside atmosphere, but not feel like. I don't know. I always describe it as you're at your best friend's backyard. You're hanging out at your friend's house and you're in their backyard. So you feel comfortable, but there's still a level of respect that you can let loose. You know what I mean? Yeah. Really the difference, one of the main differences is the sense of community. I'm from a lot bigger cities where you don't necessarily see a sense of community a lot in a beer world. You may see it in a community outreach program, or you may see it at the Boys and Girls Club. But to see how big a role craft beer plays in this area as far as bridging the gap, I mean, between we're right in the middle of Western Avenue and Sequoia Hills, which are probably the two biggest differences as far as demographics go.
Yeah.
But people come in here and bridge the gap and meet here. You might.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Well,
what's different from every other place.
Like one of my favorite things I've always said on a Tuesday afternoon, you can walk over here and you can see two college students playing cornhole.
Yeah.
You can see a mom and two moms with their strollers having a beer. You can see two lawyers over here in the corner hashing out a deal. Like you walk in the beer market, there's
a person with a dog and those shoes on hanging out too, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
that's kind of us.
Exactly, that's the beer market. One of my buddies that walked into the beer market now. He's a business guy. Came in with a shirt and tie. Gave him a big hug, and because that's what the beer market is. Because you hang out with the guys with the shirts and ties, and you hang out with the guys with the flip flops, whatever. And that's what it has been to me for that longest time. And again, I'm a homer, so I have to get Chris on to promote my favorite spot in town. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey man, listen, anything that is beer related and I feel like brings people together is a great thing.
So events, stuff like I guess
Stuff coming up in July.
In July was what we're going for because So what's going to bring you to the beer market?
So one of the new things we're doing here, and it's going to be the last Sunday of every month. There's going to be one in July as well. From June, July, and August is with Young Williams. We're doing adoption days. So it's a family-friendly Sunday, the last Sunday of every month in the summer, June, July, August. Will be a family-friendly adoption day. Young Williams is going to bring out puppies. They're going to bring out dogs. They're going to set up in our shaded area over there. We're going to be doing $1 from each pint donated to Young Williams that day that we raise.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And also, if you adopt a dog, I mean, we can't necessarily give beer away, but we'll let you buy a pint, get a pint for a penny. We're going to do swag. We're definitely going to be encouraging people to come out and support, the Humane Society that's Young Williams here in this area. Some other things we're going to be doing in July, and I don't have a date set on it yet, but we're going to be doing a pig roast / luau, kind of like an outdoor roast a pig all day. I know it's going to be hot, but just think about that delicious, delicious pork at the end of the day. And we're going to kind of corner that around a reggae day where UT Radio is going to be in here spinning some reggae tunes live. That's really something that we want to do is focus on the family-friendly aspect.
Yeah.
That's kind of our summer theme is come out, bring your family, bring your kids, bring your dogs. If you want to come grill, bring that. But, come be a part of our culture. Come hang out with us. Come meet us. Even if you're not a craft beer drinker, come in here and let us show you some things. You don't have to come back, but we would love for you to. Just give us a chance.
And I think I do want to bring this up. There's kind of the transition of the beer market the past 2 years, a few years. I think you as a manager have done a great job. I think that the staff has done a great job. Have keeping hold of the traditions and moving it forward. So what's some of the ways we're going to move it forward and keep and all at the same time hold those traditions? Because I think that's what you get a lot of people who go, and I hear a lot of people go, and I defend it with a passion. Oh, it's not the same old beer market, and how it's not the same old beer. It's the same old beer market, but better in my opinion.
Well,
so I just want to see how you.
Well, I honestly can't speak knowledgeably to that because I wasn't a part of the same old beer market.
Yeah.
But I can say this: the one thing I do know is that we're not the only game in town anymore.
Yeah.
There are other places where you can go get craft beer. So, without seeming negative, there were a lot of things that we're not really focused on here, as far as organization, things like that. There were a lot of things that maybe we didn't capitalize on. So that's, I really don't know how to answer that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not. We can edit.
That's a hard one.
We can edit anything out. But I'm just saying. I think you guys are doing such a great job of keeping the original content.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because this will help me answer it betterly.
Yeah.
To you, as a patron, what was the old school? What is different now to you? What's different? What makes it now so different that other people think that it's not the same old beer market? Let's hear that.
My thing is the aesthetics. I think people.
So explain it to people that haven't been here. What do you mean aesthetics?
I think people used to like that kind of like homely vibe, and then I think the fact that they're sprucing it up.
So what do you mean homely vibe? What do you mean?
Like kind of just like almost the there wasn't a lot of money put in the structure in the past. And
I mean like where? Never mind. Can I say something without it?
Yeah.
I mean, you mean like dirty?
Yeah. I'm not dirty, but just like
No, that's fair.
I mean, they're like dirty, like kind of like where there was dog hair everywhere and dust everywhere, and like where you didn't have to worry about anything, where you could like leave trash everywhere and it not be a problem.
No, I mean I'm not.
Sounds like DJ's house.
I mean, I don't mean that to be rude, but that's really what like that's the biggest negative thing I've heard from people is it's not the same because it doesn't look the same. Well, all I've done is really clean it up a little bit.
And the thing is like I think you guys and the staff.
Other than aesthetic, what else is different? What else is so different from here?
Is the
vibe different?
I don't think the vibe is different at all.
No, I've noticed a lot more organization.
It's a lot more.
This has nothing to do. This is nothing against the people who were in management before or anything. It's just there's been a clear shift in organization and management and cleanliness and aesthetics and
exactly.
And it's changed to the point where if it's kind of like walking into Union Jack's as it's non-smoking, you can still smell the smoke in there. You can still kind of remember how it used to be, but it's not that way anymore. And I think maybe that's what DJ.
Well, that's what I wonder.
That's what I'm saying is that I think this place is progressing for the better.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And I think it still if you come back here, it still has the same good vibe as it always has. I think there's the difference between there's some paint on the walls. It's better organized. I think you guys are progressing forward, and you got the big TV out here now. I think the bargain itself, the culture, is progressing forward, and I want to say that. A, I thank you guys for that.
Well, I mean,
and B is like I want to get the information out there to everybody that hey, this place is growing. It's yeah.
Well, I mean, the real big thing that we really wanted to focus on, man, was we're not the only game in town anymore, and I know that it sounds like I'm saying the same thing, but 10 years ago when this place opened, and the reason the way it was is because this is where if you wanted to come get good craft beer, this is where you came, and you didn't care what it looked like or what it sounded like or what it was around. Now, man, you don't have to come here. You don't have to go here to get any beer. Pretty much every beer we sold is sold somewhere else. So we have to be able to, now you're not coming here for just the beer anymore.
You're coming here for the culture.
You're coming here for the culture. The beer is second part. Come here for the culture. Beer is beer. Everybody likes a different beer. Me and you could argue about breweries that are great and beers that are great. So could we. It's all subjective. But when it comes to culture, you can't deny the vibe. You can't deny the energy of a place. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's something that we really wanted to focus on was beer is important, and we want to move forward as far as we just want everybody to be involved. I want Bud Light drinkers in here. I want people that aren't in the craft beer community in here, because I feel like this would, if you come to this environment and you're a little skeptical about jumping off that cliff in the craft beer, which can be perceived as pretentious or judging or whatever, which we all can, we all like our beers, we like what we like, but I just want people to feel included. Like, I have no clue about this environment or this culture, but I came to this place and they kind of they made me through it. They made me feel accepted. They made me feel like a part of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I wanted the most. That's what I want the most when I go to
that's what I want to kind of get out.
We just wanted to make it a little more user-friendly, a little more plants, a little more green, a TV. So if you do want to watch, heck, you can sit over there and watch Jaws 3 if you want. But if you want to watch the Masters, you can come here and watch the Masters. You want to watch the World Cup. You want to come in here and put your friends and family's slideshow and have a family photo shoot in there. I don't care what you do. We just want everybody to know that this is the spot to come hang out if you want to have active beer culture, community, and good craft beer.
Amen.
You know what I mean? A good environment where you can bring your friends, bring your family. You don't have to be a craft beer nerd, that's what I call myself, a craft beer nerd. You don't have to be a craft beer nerd to come here and enjoy.
We're craft beer nerds.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
We all are.
Yeah.
But that's really it, man. I want to include everybody.
But
I want to put my arms around everybody that's not a craft beer culture and say, "Come on in, we got you."
That's one of the reasons we do what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, we're humble beer podcast. Mm-hmm. We're new in that because we're not the the more pretentious side. Not anything against pretentious brewing.
Yeah.
No.
But we're not the pretentious side of
They
craft
knocked it
beer.
out of the park with that name, right?
Huh?
They killed it with that name just because it's something that's relevant in beer terms.
yeah.
It's something that people
Yeah.
always talk about.
Brilliant.
They did a great job.
But the thing is that
But yeah, we like that. We like that community.
Mm-hmm.
We like being welcoming. We like to, the best beer for me is the one that's in my hand. So if someone hands me a Miller Lite and it's their favorite beer and I'm at their party, thank you.
Thanks, man.
I do not snub that.
that's my thing is I just want it was important to me to have Chris on to talk about and I've made no bones about it on the podcast. This is my favorite place to have a beer in town. Like one of
Appreciate that, man.
We recorded our first episode here.
Yeah, we recorded our first episode here.
First failed episode.
Yeah, we recorded.
You know what though? The funny thing is we couldn't get through it because every time we'd sit down to record something, somebody would walk up to DJ and go, "Hey DJ,
Yes.
how's it going?" So we couldn't.
And we recorded the interview with the multi-interview.
Oh yeah. Our
Q&A
three-part
here.
interview. I mean, we have a lot of warm fuzzies for the beer.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that I think in a cluttered craft beer market, I'm not saying cluttered, but in
It really is. I mean, it's saturated now. It really is saturated.
in a big craft beer market, this place you can make. This is a place to make home.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important for me to wrap it and get Chris on here and talk about it and anyway.
I can't say we. I'm going to speak for myself. I just love being able to be in this position, man. Like talking to beer about people. Talking to people about beer, interesting people in beer, interesting people in engaging in the community, interesting people in nonprofits. That is literally what I live for, man. That's my number one vice in life. My number one thing that makes me happy is literally bringing people into things that will enhance their life. And I don't, you guys know better than anybody. Beer does nothing but great things for you. Besides put the extra pounds around the waistband, besides pack on those extra couple lbs, man, it really is. It's one of the few things where we all have it in common. I mean, if you're a beer drinker, it doesn't matter what you drink. Like you said, if you drink Miller Lite, it doesn't matter. We're part of the same group, man. We're on the same team. We're on the same team.
If you're a random person and you're hearing this podcast and you're hearing us preach about the beer market for the first time, tell us where it's at and where you can find it online, where you can.
I mean, www.beardenbeermarket.com. We would always love for you to go to our Facebook page. All of our events are listed on there. Bearden Beer Market. Any questions you have, any things about our tap wall that changes every day, anything about events, hit us up on there. Ask us. Seriously. And if you have anything, anybody has any questions, come on down, see us for yourself.
You'll catch me or Chris. I mean, one of the Chris's here.
You'll see somebody here.
You'll see somebody you know here, so it'll be fun.
Thank you guys for the opportunity. Just to talk about the beer market. Any time to spread the beer love is really, really important to me.
Yeah. Well, good. Last question before we go. What's in your beer fridge right now?
Beer fridge right now. Okay, so my favorite beer I've been drinking lately is from Distill in Illinois. Distill obviously do a lot of sours. Soundboard, Sessional IPA, 4.3%, super low, Simcoe hops. Man, I'm telling you, it's money. Also, Hutton & Smith.
Oh, Hutton Smith out of
Chattanooga. They're great, man. They're great.
They're knocking it out of the park.
They really are. They're my.
I don't think I've had them yet.
Oh, we get some cans.
We have a Hutton & Smith official Brewfest after party.
Oh my God, it's
gonna be incredible. And I'm also a beer pessimist. I'm a hater by nature.
Okay.
So, you guys are beer drinkers. People can shove 1,000 pounds of hops in a beer. Doesn't mean it's a good beer. Give me a Kolsch, give me a Pilsner. Let me see if you can do that right first, and then we'll talk. Hutton & Smith, absolutely are doing great beer, man.
Okay.
Their Belay On is a hoppy blonde, 4.9%. Drinks like a Sessional. I'm a Sessional IPA fan. Anybody can figure that out.
Yeah.
Drinks like a Sessional. It's super light.
You're in a place with the weather for it.
Yeah, that's it, man. And then I mean, it's a big boy right now, but you can't beat Sequench, man. Sequench and Dogfish Head, the sea salt and the limes on there. It's refreshing, super light. Those are the three guys who are in my beer, and the ones that reps bring me to tell me to do it. Those are my favorite too. If it's free, it's for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Chris, thank you, sir.
Guys, thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure having you on. And with that said, this has been Chris Hill.
This is DJ Luke.
Remember to stay humble.
Try new beer.
All right, thank you.
Cause I'm halfway down in the bottom of a bottle and I ain't gonna change my ways.